everyone. Well, today I'm going to be videoing one of my samples for Imagination Crafts live show in August. It's all about using Starlight Paints with different mediums, different ways of using it. And today's video I'm using I'm going to be decorating a tag, and I'm going to turn you to overhead and we'll make a start. Okay, so the first thing I've done on this tag, which is a manila tag, and I'll just give you the measurements. I think it is 10, oh it's not, it's 8.5 by just over 4 inches, and in centimetres it is 10.4 by 21.5 centimetres. And the first thing I've done is using shaving foam, very cheap shaving foam, and this is from your local supermarket, and I've actually made some spritz bottles with these 3 colours. These are all Starlight Paints, so I've used metallic cyclamen, I've used sky blue, and I've used rich gold. The darker you want your spray, the more Starlight you put in. I did make a canvas with I did a very pale background, and so for the tag I've added more Starlight to my water, and you need to mix it with warm to hot water, which is why my bottles have kind of disintegrated, but for this project it'll be fine. So these are the sprays, and I would advise you as well, if you've got, you know, your Starlights, store them on the side. For me personally, I store mine on the side so that all the mica can sink to the bottom. Can you see it's all there? Anyway, so that's that. So this is what I've got. So as you can see, if I tilt it, you can just see the sheen. So that is the first layer, and so that's one way you can use your Starlight Paints. So now I'm going to build up using different stamps. I've got this stamp set. I'm not saying I'm going to use them all, but I quite like this one here, and there's this one. These are all the different stamps, and then there's this stamp set. So I'm thinking I might go with circles today, and I'm going to be using the circles from this stencil. So first thing I want to do, really, I want to stamp with my Starlights, and I'm going to use I'm actually going to use the aqua. And what you need to do, you need to put your stamp on your acrylic block. Put your stamp on your acrylic block. Have a piece of kitchen roll, and you need to spritz. I spritz it so it's damp, so I can damp my stamp so it's moist. And I'm going to put a little bit of my aqua on. Where's my... Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. So I'm going to put a little bit onto my mat, and to pick that up, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a blending tool. So again, I'm just going to make sure that my stamp is wet, is damp. And you need to be very quick when you're doing this. I'll just take that off there. And I'm just going to, and it's a quick on and off. If you can see, you don't want to leave your stamp on too long, otherwise because the Starlight dries very, very quickly, you want to just do a quick on and off. You can see because I left that on a bit too long. Just one more, and I think I might have just enough on there just to get a faint. And you need to wash that straight away. So wash your stamp straight away, and I've forgotten to bring a bowl of water up here. So, and the rest of that paint I'm just going to put back in the pot, and I'm going to come out with, turn that over, and I quite like the circles on this one. I'm in a circle mood today. But the Starlight Paints are so versatile, they really are. And the mica that you've got in them, the sheen is just beautiful. So I'll take that off. That's nice and clean now. Put that there. And we'll do that. So I need to get another foam mat. And I think we'll go with, I think I'll go with the sky blue actually. They always say, take that off because I'll wash that later. There we go. Just make sure I've got some of that on. Damp my stamp. You need to really quick. Don't leave it on too long. Otherwise, because the Starlight dries very quickly, it'll stick to your card and ruin your card. So it's a quick in and out. Let's see. I'll do that here. There we go. So I'm just building up my layers, and I need to spritz that and get that off there so I don't ruin my stamp. And I'll put that back in the pot, waste not, want not, and all that. There we go. So that's just 2 ways of using your Starlight paints for stamping and to do backgrounds with shading foam. The next technique next thing I want to show you is using Starlight paint with another medium. Now, Imagination Crafts are very well known for their sparkle medium, and they do a sparkle gel, which is just a clear gel, and I'm going to mix that with some excuse me, I'm going to mix that with some cyclamen, and I'm going to stencil through, and I'm going to use some of these circles. I'm going to use this stencil. And all Imagination Crafts products, whether you're in America, it's www.crafterscompanion.com. Go to the toolbar at the top and it says brands. Click on that and scroll down and you'll find Imagination Crafts. And the same for the UK, it's www.crafterscompanion.co.uk. Again, go across the toolbar where they've got kind of like all different categories, and if you go to brand, another drop box will come down, and scroll down and you'll find Imagination Crafts, and all Imagination Crafts products are there. So this is just one of their A4 stencils, and there's lots on it. You've got all different designs, and I'm really into the circles. I just want to keep this theme going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some of the sparkle gel, and I'm going to mix some of the cyclamen, and I'm keeping with the colours. I wish they'd find a way of keeping them in there. I'm just going to add a little bit. And it doesn't lose its shine. But I'll get dimension, because I want to build up my layers and I want more dimension. So this video really is just showing you different ways of using your Starlight, but again, I'm making a sample for the show. So let's just move that out the way, and we'll have that there like that. And all I'm going to do is, on the back of my knife, just spread it around. There we go. I'm going to turn my tag around. I think I've just put a load on my lip, and I'm just going to keep that up there like that, and I'm just going to use what's left and move it around. There we go. Now that has smudged a bit, but it doesn't really matter, because it just adds I think it just adds to the design. That is so I've shown you kind of two ways, but that there is 3 different ways of using your Starlight paints. Let's take that off there like that. So if I bring it up and if I tilt it, you can just see where it's smudged there. And that's my own fault, that, because it moved. So I'm just going to pop that to one side for now and let that dry, because I want to bring in some ribbon, and this is just satin ribbon, and I'm actually going to colour this with some Starlight, and this is going to go to on the top of the tag. So I need to cut some off. Let's see. And what I'm going to do, let's just cut that bit off. And what I'm going to do is some of my spritz bottle. So I've got this in. This is and I just agitate it just to get the, and all I'm going to do is just spritz on my ribbon. Just a touch of gold, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly dry it. So I'm not going to, I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. So can you see the ribbon? So it'll all matching together. So what I want to do is I don't want to lose that. So I'm going to get a piece of card. If I can find a piece. So I'm going to, what I've started to do is, this is the backing of a stencil, I think this was, yeah, a stencil. So what I'm going to do is, because I use this as a background, and it's a nice shiny card, I'm just going to pick up all to create a nice sparkly black background, and I'll use that on another card. So, you know, kind of mop up where you can, and with that having the lovely sparkle to it, I'm going to just put that up to one side and wipe this up. And just leave that there to dry. I need to wash that. I need to get a bowl. And so for the next one, they've got these in the show, they've got these beautiful magic cuts, and these are the birds, and I'm just going to take this off. Just bear with me while I do. And what I want to do, I'm hoping to add this across the top, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a paintbrush, a nice fine paintbrush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint with this, and I'm going to paint, I'm going to use the chestnut, and I'm going to use, I think I'll use Mediterranean Sky for the birds. So it really very simple. You can paint straight from the pot. So this is really very versatile paints. You'll get a nice little sparkle. Where the heck did that come from? Oh dear. A faux pas. Got some cyclamen all over it now. There we go. Let's dry my hands before I go any further and start making a mess. There we go. So while I'm painting this, I will fast forward and I'll put some music on for you. So there we are. I painted using chestnut and Mediterranean sky straight onto the Magic Cuts, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a quick blast. So I did this, I painted this one earlier, and I'm going to kind of, let's see, I might have to actually do that, no, decisions, I think I might do him down there. I'm not sure. Let's see if I do it like that. It's like a branch, isn't it? I could have done it. And I'm going to have, sorry, I'm going off pieced. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have that one going off there. And I'm going to cut that where that bird is. So it kind of goes round. There we go. What I'm going to do is going to pop that onto there, and I'll have this little birdie coming off this branch. No, I won't. I'm going to have him coming off there like that. So you can really cut these down. I'm going to put him there. I'm going to have that one there. Just snip a little bit off here. Doesn't matter if it hangs over a little bit. So we've got that there. And I'm going to have this one here. But before I add them on, what I'm going to do is, because there is gold, although it's very, very faint on here, what I'm going to do is I'm taking a sponge, and I'm going to take a little bit of the rich gold, and I'm just going to edge it. There we go. I'm just going to, just to bring it all in, and I'm just going to pounce around the edges. Not perfect. I don't want a smooth edge, I want a nice edge. Move them out the way. That's better. Just want to, I want texture. The sparkle on these Starlight Paints is amazing. It really is amazing. And what I'm going to do is just round here where it's very paint, I'm just going to add a bit more texture. Just go round. So it's just, I've just literally built up layers on my tag. Just clean up this mess till it dries. There we go. I need some adhesive now to stick my so what I'm going to use my my Magi Bond, which seems to have, let's see, to adhere my little magic cuts. There we go. So that's the tag. So I've, on the techniques I've used on here, using so there's the ribbon, and I'm just going to crunch it. It's all nicely dry. Just give it a nice scrunch, and I'm just going to pop this through here, and then I'll quickly do a quick run through of what I've done. Let's just see. I'm just going to chop them down at an angle. So that is one of my samples for the August one day special for Imagination Crafts. And so the techniques I've done, just a quick run through, is I've used the Starlight Paints with shaving foam to create the initial background. Then I've stamped with the Starlights, and then I've mixed the Starlights with sparkle gel to create more texture and another layer. Then I've sponged and edged the tag, and then and then with this spritz I've coloured my ribbon, and last but not least I've used it as a paint straight onto my magic cuts. And that is my tag. I hope you've enjoyed. Do check out the other products on Imagination Craft products on the Crafters Companion website, both here in the UK and in America. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Any comments or questions, please just add into the comments and I will reply to them. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.